New York City is not just a destination, it's a feeling, a rhythm, a place where millions of lives move at different speeds, yet somehow flow together. This is a city built on ambition, a city where history and modern life collide on every block, where one subway ride can take you from centuries-old landmarks to neighborhoods shaping the future of culture, business, and art. New York doesn't try to impress you. It simply exists, bold, loud, chaotic, and unforgettable. And whether you're visiting for the first time or returning again, the city always reveals something new. In this guide, we're exploring the best things to do in New York City, from iconic landmarks to hidden experiences, and why this city continues to define what it means to be global. At the very heart of Manhattan lies a contradiction. Central Park is one of the largest urban parks in the world, stretching over 840 acres. Yet it feels like an escape from the city that surrounds it. Designed in the 19th century as a democratic space for all New Yorkers, Central Park was revolutionary for its time. Today, it remains exactly that, a shared backyard for the entire city. You'll see joggers weaving through tree-lined paths, musicians performing near Bethesda Terrace, families picnicking on open lawns, and artists sketching the skyline from quiet corners. In winter, it becomes a snow-covered retreat. In summer, a green refuge from concrete and glass. Central Park isn't just a park. It's proof that even the busiest city in the world still needs space to breathe. Few symbols are as powerful or as instantly recognizable as the Statue of Liberty. Standing in New York Harbor since 1886, Lady Liberty was a gift from France, but she quickly became something more, a promise. For millions of immigrants arriving by ship, this was the first image of America they ever saw. The raised torch symbolized hope, opportunity, and a new beginning. Today, visitors can take a ferry to Liberty Island, walk around the statue, and learn how this monument became one of the most important symbols of freedom in modern history. Looking up at her from the base, you're reminded that New York was built by people who came from everywhere, carrying dreams, fears, and determination. Just across the water lies Ellis Island, a place that changed the course of history. Between 1892 and 1954, more than 12 million immigrants passed through this small island. For many, it was the gateway to a new life. For others, it was a final test before being allowed into America. Inside the Ellis Island Immigration Museum, stories come alive through photographs, documents, and recorded voices. You'll see suitcases, medical inspection rooms, and the Great Hall where families waited anxiously for approval. Ellis Island reminds us that New York is not just a city. It's the result of generations of courage and movement. At the southern tip of Manhattan sits the Battery, one of New York's oldest public spaces. This waterfront park offers sweeping views of the harbor, the Statue of Liberty, and passing ferries. It's also where the city first began to take shape centuries ago as a trading post. Today, the Battery is a calm place to walk, reflect, or simply watch the water. A peaceful contrast to the financial district just steps away. Fifth Avenue is where New York puts on its most polished face. This legendary street is home to luxury brands, flagship stores, historic buildings, and major landmarks. Shopping here isn't just about buying things. It's about experiencing scale, design, and ambition. Even if you don't plan to shop, walking Fifth Avenue gives you a front-row seat to how New York blends commerce, fashion, and architecture into one continuous showcase. Wall Street is small in size, but enormous in influence. This narrow street in Lower Manhattan is where global finance takes shape. Decisions made here ripple through markets, governments, and everyday lives around the world. Visitors can see the New York Stock Exchange, Federal Hall, and the famous Charging Bull statue, a symbol of market optimism and risk. Wall Street reminds us that New York isn't just culturally powerful, it's economically central to the modern world. Rising near Ground Zero is the Oculus, a striking white structure that looks, honestly, like a bird taking flight. Designed as both a transportation hub and public space, the Oculus represents renewal. Beneath its dramatic architecture lies a shopping center and subway connections. But above all, it stands as a symbol of resilience. Light floods the interior, creating a space that feels open, hopeful, and, well, forward-looking. One World Trade Center, also known as the Freedom Tower, stands as the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. Built on the site of the original World Trade Center, it is both a memorial and a statement, a reminder of loss, and a declaration of endurance. Visitors can take an elevator to the observation deck, where panoramic views stretch across Manhattan, the rivers, and beyond. From above, the city reveals itself as a living system, constantly moving, growing, and rebuilding. There's nowhere else on Earth quite like Times Square. Bright screens, towering advertisements, and non-stop movement make this intersection feel like the center of the world. It's overwhelming, and honestly, unforgettable. Once a rough and declining area, Times Square reinvented itself into a global symbol of entertainment, media, and energy. Stand still for a moment, look up, and you'll feel the pulse of the city rushing past you. The Brooklyn Bridge is more than just a way to cross the East River. It's really an experience. Completed back in 1883, it was once the longest suspension bridge in the world. Today, it connects Manhattan and Brooklyn not just physically, but culturally too. Walking across the bridge offers, these stunning views of the skyline, the water below, and the city just kind of unfolding in every direction. To truly understand New York's scale, you have to see it from the air. A helicopter tour reveals just how vast and complex the city really is. The grid of Manhattan, the rivers that frame it, and all the neighborhoods stretching far beyond the skyline. It's a breathtaking reminder that New York is not just one city, but honestly, many cities layered together. New York is, without a doubt, one of the greatest museum cities in the world. From the Metropolitan Museum of Art to MoMA and the American Museum of Natural History, the city offers access to centuries of human creativity and discovery. These museums aren't just collections, they're, in a way, educational journeys that connect past, present, and future. Few experiences feel more New York than riding in a yellow cab. From the sound of traffic to conversations drifting through open windows, a cab ride places you inside the city's rhythm. It's a small moment, but one that stays with you. Broadway is where stories come alive. With world-class performers, live orchestras, and unforgettable productions, Broadway represents the highest level of theatrical storytelling. Seeing a show here is not just entertainment, it's participating in a tradition that has shaped global culture. Rockefeller Center is a city within a city. From its Art Deco architecture to its seasonal events, it has been a cultural hub for decades. In winter, the ice rink and Christmas tree draw visitors from around the world. The top of the Rock observation deck offers one of the best views in New York. Unlike other viewpoints, it gives you a clear view of both Central Park and the Empire State Building, a perfect balance of nature and skyline. The Empire State Building remains one of the most iconic skyscrapers ever built. Once the tallest building in the world, it symbolizes New York's golden age of ambition and engineering. Standing beneath it, you're standing beneath history. The High Line is a park built on an old elevated railway. It's a perfect example of New York's ability to reinvent itself, transforming industrial infrastructure into green public space. Walking the High Line offers views of the city from a new angle, blending art, nature, and architecture. Sports are, really part of New York's identity. From basketball at Madison Square Garden to baseball at Yankee Stadium, the city's teams inspire this fierce loyalty and pride. And honestly, attending a game connects you to the city's collective energy. Hudson Yards represents New York's future. The Edge observation deck extends outward from a skyscraper, offering a thrilling view straight down. Nearby, the vessel stands as a bold architectural experiment. This area reflects how New York continues to push boundaries. The subway is New York's lifeline. Imperfect, noisy, but essential. And at the end of one of those subway lines lies Coney Island, a place of nostalgia, amusement rides, and ocean air. Queens represents the most diverse urban area on Earth. From botanical gardens to global cuisine, it's where New York's multicultural identity shines brightest. Food here tells stories of migration, memory, and home. New York City is not meant to be consumed in one visit. It's meant to be explored slowly, revisited often, and remembered deeply. Because long after you leave, the city stays with you, in its sounds, its stories, and its endless motion. New York doesn't ask you to understand it. It simply invites you to experience it.